America, and that's our focus right now in Congress.
Well, you took me exactly to my next question, because I want to talk about the president's tax bill. In order to get some of the savings needed to pass it, President Trump floated the idea of increasing taxes on the highest income earners, those making more than $2.5 million. He also acknowledged the politics are quite thorny. But, Senator, would you support that, increasing taxes on the highest income earners?
Well, I'm a conservative, and I don't want to increase taxes on anybody. What you do know is that the Democrats, if we don't get this bill passed, they're going to raise taxes by $4 trillion on the American people. It will hit every working family in America with higher taxes. And, you know, 84% of Americans don't like what the Democrats are proposing. Yeah. Our goal is to keep more money in people's pockets so they can go to the store, pay their rent, save for retirement. That's what our focus is.
Senator,
lower costs and higher wages.
Just to be very clear, yes or no, you are not ruling out the possibility of increasing taxes on the highest income earners?
I oppose raising taxes on anyone, and the Democrats want to raise $4 trillion in taxes on everyone.
Do you rule it out?
I am against raising taxes on anyone. We're working the bill through the process. It's going through the House. We're ironing out the details right now. We're going to get a bill passed and signed by the president that's going to put more money in people's pockets and give them the certainty that taxes aren't going to go up.
All right. Finally, Senator, I want to talk about something that one of President Trump's top aides, Stephen Miller, said this week. He said the administration is actively looking at suspending habeas corpus. Just for our audience, that's the right to challenge a person's detention by the government. This would be a part of the broader efforts to speed up their deportation policies. The Constitution says that habeas corpus may not be suspended, quote, unless when in cases of rebellion or invasion. Would you vote to suspend habeas corpus, since the power does ultimately lie with Congress?
The president has said he will follow the law. The president says if he disagrees with the law, that he will appeal those things. The president was elected, and he won every one of the battleground states on promising to secure the border and bring safety back to our communities. That's exactly what he is doing. People do not want to live with MS-13 gang members in their communities. The Democrats lost the election because they opened the borders to 10 million illegal immigrants, including members of criminal cartels, drug dealers, gang members. That's what the election was about. And the president is now seeing judges, district judges, radical district judges, using their courts to set national standards on making it harder for the president to deport individuals, criminals, and I stand with the president.
And yet, Senator, just to put a fine point on this, I want to know what you would do. Would you vote to suspend habeas corpus if this were brought before Congress? Ultimately, this power lies with Congress.
The president said he is going to follow the law. He was on with you last week. He said he has great respect for the Supreme Court. He said he expects the Attorney General to do the right thing, and I expect that the president will.
Can you just give me a yes or no what you would do, though? Would you support suspending habeas corpus?
I don't believe this is going to come to Congress.
Okay.
What I believe is the president is going to follow the law. He has said it repeatedly.
Senator Barrasso, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it, and appreciate your Mother's Day wishes as well. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you.